The Dershow.
Hamas had a plan on October 7th. It's a brilliant plan. It's the most amoral plan, but absolutely brilliant, and it's worked. The plan was simple: murder as many Jews, babies, rape as many women as possible. Don't worry, the anti Israel people will still support you, and they did on October 7th and 8th. Already 13 groups at Harvard, including Amnesty International, feminist groups, gay groups, supported Hamas for what it did and blamed Israel for what it did. And they knew that. And then they knew that Israel would retaliate. And when Israel retaliates, we know that the media and the academy is going to turn against Israel. And so the plan was to murder as many Israelis as possible, hide as many terrorists as possible within civilians areas, get Israel to kill civilians because they have to if they're going to get at the terrorists, if they're going to kill Sinwar and his brother and all the leaders of Hamas, they hide. And of course, they hide the hostages among civilians too. All of that's a war crime. It's totally illegal under international law and the laws of war to hide fighters among civilians and give the enemy a choice either not to attack its commanders or to attack its commanders knowing that there'll be some collateral deaths among civilians. So they purposely do that. And don't take that from me, by the way. You can get videotapes in memory.com and other organizations of Hamas leaders saying it. I mean, admitting they are very proud of the policy. Now, I don't know if they knew how many of the Hamas leaders would be killed. Virtually every Hamas leader who was active in promoting October 7th is now dead. And the few that remain will probably be killed. The Hezbollah leaders have also been killed. And so Israel has done a very good job in destroying the leadership of Hamas and Hezbollah, not all the fighters. Obviously, it hasn't done very much damage to the Houthis or to the Iranians. Of course, the Iranians are responsible for all of this. Without Iran, there'd be no Hamas, there'd be no Hezbollah, there'd be no Houthis. They are all surrogates of Iran who regard the United States as the big Satan and Israel as the little Satan, but it focuses its attention on Israel because it's an easier and more popular target. So that was the plan. The plan was to get the world to turn against Israel. And Israel had very little choice. Could they have done something different? Yeah. They could have said, well, gee, it's too bad. We had 1,200 of our people killed, 250 of them taken hostage, but we'll just take the shot and just move on. They could have done that. And maybe the world would have been more supportive. But remember, Israel is a country of Holocaust survivors, and its motto is essentially never again. And the idea that it would sit back and simply accept a genocidal, and yes, I use that term, attempt to kill every Jew in Israel, and October 7th was simply a coming attraction of that. And again, don't believe me, listen to Hamas leaders, some of them dead, some still alive, who bragged, we'll do it again, we'll do it again, we'll do it again and again and again. That October 7th was just a prelude to killing every Israeli. And so they don't hide their genocidal views. They kill Israelis deliberately and purposely, and they hope that Israel will kill Gazan civilians inadvertently and collaterally, because every time a Gazan civilian is killed, Israel is hurt, and Hamas benefits. And yes, it sounds awfully cruel and bloodthirsty, but it's true. Hamas wants Israel to kill Gazan civilians. The younger, the better. The more babies are dead, the more they can carry these babies out and show them to the CNN cameras, which are dying to show dead Gaza babies. By the way, I wrote about this 10 years ago, where I talked about the CNN strategy or the dead baby strategy. I wrote about it years ago in a book about moral clarity. And it's been Hamas's strategy from the beginning. They don't deny it. And yet you wouldn't know that reading the New York Times. You wouldn't know it listening to CNN. You would think that Israel is just a bloodthirsty country that's starving its people. By the way, I'm going to Israel next week. I will be there for a week. I'm expecting to meet with all the leaders of Israel And I've also asked for permission to go to Gaza. I want to go to Gaza. I want to go to see for myself. I know it's dangerous, but hey, that's life. And when you're somebody who cares deeply about an issue, you're prepared to undergo some risk. So I want to go to Gaza. Obviously, I want to be protected by the IDF, but I want to go and see the fruit stands and the vegetable stands. I've seen photographs and videos of the plentifulness of food. Now, how that food gets to people is Hamas's responsibility and the responsibility of other groups within Gaza. But there's enough food in Gaza. It's expensive, but that's again, Hamas raises the prices by stealing it. And there have been conflicting reports about how much Hamas steals, how much Hamas shoots people, how much hunger there actually is. I can tell you, I do not believe the reports of starvation. Why? Because I understand the issue of crying wolf. There have been claims of starvation from October 8th. Check it out. Check it out. You'll see. Before Israel sent a single soldier into Gaza, they were being accused of genocide. They were being accused of you name it. And they were being accused of using starvation as a weapon of war. Look, there are people in Israel who take the following position. I'm curious what you think of that position. On October 8th, there are some Israelis who have said, look, you have 250 of our innocent civilians, including children and babies, and you're going to starve them to death and kill them. We know, and they did. We know how many of them have been killed, many, many. So there are some Israelis who took the position that Netanyahu should have announced on October 8th, look, you have 250 of our innocent civilians, children, women, etc. And you're not going to feed them. You're not going to keep them alive. You're going to do terrible things to them. Tell you what, we're not going to send any food or medication into Gaza until you release all the hostages. So it's up to Hamas now. If Gazans starve, hey, that's on Hamas. We're willing to feed you, give you anything you need, medical care, everything. Just free the hostages. But until you free the hostages, don't count on us to feed you. We're not going to do it. Okay, that's an extreme position. I don't know whether it would have worked because Hamas might have said, good, 1 million Gazans will die. That's fine. Don't blame it on Israel. Even though we have the ability to stop it from happening, don't worry. The press will blame it on Israel. The academy will blame it on Israel. The media will blame it on Israel. CNN will blame it on Israel. Don't worry about it. So let Gazans die. That's probably what Hamas would have done.